Alright then, so I wish to do a polar bear applique. Okay, I got a couple of these I want to do, and I want to do one side and one the other side. And this is fairly simple applique work now. I am going to be putting this onto a hot water bottle, but you may want to put it on something else. So this is the process now. I started off with a large design. There were 4 bears. You will see if you go on to Crafty So and So's Facebook page. I put up a picture. Oh yes, 4 bears. Which one should I use? And one friend said one, and another friend said the other. And I thought, well, I can put one either side. So this is what I'm going to do. This is the embroidery part. However, I will be putting up the files so that you can do it as normal under the machine applique as well, depending on which group you're in. If you're in Crafty Services, you can do the applique by embroidery machine. If you are in if you're in the rock design, you can do the embroidery file. If you're in Crafty Services, then it will go up PDF with the and SVG if you've got an SVG using machine automatic cutter, so that you can cut this in plain fabric or in felt, okay, depending on what you want to do. So first of all, I've got this up. Now the funniest thing that made me laugh, I didn't intend to do this today, of course not. I woke up, and when I came downstairs and I started working on my hot water bottle cover, I had no idea. And then I started thinking, well, do you know what? I think somewhere in the back of my cupboard, I do have some really furry, fleecy white. And then I thought, ooh, polar bears, hot water bottle, polar bears. Well, I was thinking about the furry white to make pom-poms for the ribbon to tie around the neck of the bottle. But then, thinking on the furry fleece, my imagination was like, oh, no, hang on a minute. You could make the entire water bottle cover in this white long fur fleece, and then put a polar bear on it, because it's gold, and that's what polar bears are made of. So there we go. Imagination all the way. And I've always told my children, your imagination is what sets you free. Always. We used to have conversations. Let's start it off then. I'm going to tell you a sentence, and then you're going to tell me what happens next. And then I'm going to add to it. We used to go back and forth and make it the more huge or the more unbelievable as we went. Imagination is the key to everything. So I never imagined this morning when I woke up I was going to be doing a polar bear fleece hot water bottle. You just don't, do you? But now I am. So let's get going then. So here I am, and I need to make this picture. It was just a picture with 4 bears on, and I cropped out this picture in another program, so now this is the size I'm going to use. So now this is the entire shape I want to use, but it's far too small, so I need to make it a bit bigger. Now I don't want it to be any bigger than 7 wide and 8 tall. So I'm going to go now. I hope I'm still in. What am I in? If I click off it, I'm in US. Brilliant. Okay. So now I click back on it, knowing that I'm in, and this is 3x4. So if I unlock it, no, I'll keep it locked because I want the proportions this time. So if I put 6.5 on the width of it, and that gives me 8, and that's too big. Okay, because I want to kind of keep the proportions. So if I say 5 wide, yeah, enter. So no. So if I then say, well, let's do that again, 5.5, yeah, and enter. Yeah, can you see now up here where my cursor is? I got 5.5 by 7. Maybe I could go a bit bigger. So if I said 6, that's under 8. Right. Okay, so I got nearly 6 and nearly 8. That's what I want. And now I've done that, I am going to hit 0 on my keyboard to resize it in my screen, but my width and height is telling me now, and as you can see by the ruler, that's just over 3, well, just on 3 and 3, so that's just 6 wide, and my 0 line is there on the side. So now it's telling me, you know, it's, well, this is what it's going to be. So it's 6 by 7. So that's how I figure out how to make it to be what I want for this particular project. So now, and then I now know that will fit in my 8 by 8 square that I have. Okay, so that's something else. That's something else. It's all very well me saying, "Oh, well, I don't mind it that big." You have to look at the size of your hoops that you can fit it in, and you might have to make it a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, either which way. Okay, but try not to distort the actual thing. So then over here now, I am clicking on the object, the thing, and I am going to lock. Because I know it's centralised because I brought it in centralised, and I'll just put my crosshairs up by clicking at the top and clicking on that line. Oops, gonna get my thing to say. Right, so that is central line. So now let's get on with the applique. I'm gonna click off my hoop. I'm gonna press 0 so it's nice and big on my screen, and I'm gonna look at it and think, First thing that's got to go down actually is the white, isn't it? So let's do that. So over here on the left, and over here now, right, applique, digitise applique, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is all that white, okay? Never mind about anything else, it's all the white. So now I'm in applique, I'll put my colour to white down here, yeah? And I'll bring it up even bigger, and I think where I'll start is on that nice straight part under his bits there, and that was a right click, left click for the curves, and trying to follow it fairly closely. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you don't, okay, because it's yours. And I'll do a right there because I'm going to change direction quite dramatically. And probably a white right there because again I want that to be more straight than curved, and then this bit down here, and then right there, left, right. You see how that went round his belly? Already I'm looking at one that I might pull back into shape later on, but never mind, carry on. As we go round, we're just rounding it, and the screen will move with you, which is a nice thing about hatch. Okay, forget that grey bit there. Right, and we're going right round his heady base. And when it's an angle like that, you can use the difference in tone. The high pitched tone is when I am like, oh, we're going into direction. So that's a square one. And then the muted tone, that one, is the roundy one, yeah? Square, round, 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 square, round, 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 square, round, 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 square, around, square, round. Yeah, there's two thoughts on this. The least points you put in, the cleaner the shape. Alright? So try not to put in like millions of points as you go in. Alright. And square in there, and round and square. You see what I mean? It will follow you. Round, 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 and square, round, 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 round. Oh, you see, that's not exactly on, but don't worry me. Round, 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 square, and then like, oh, hello, enter. You can, there you are. So now I've just put in the applique. Now this is on its normal, whatever the machine has decided is normal. So I'm not saying it's pre-cut, I'm saying it's trim in place, right, which is going to change things. And also I want to click off, oops, sorry, can't do that there. So escape and select. Okay, so I'm selecting that. That's the whole thing. Bring you back into vision so we can see it, yeah? So now I've selected it, and I'm saying I wanted it trim in place. It's just as if I'm going to cut it when it's in the hoop, okay? And, oh, sorry, the reason why I clicked off it was because I want to go up here from US to metric, because I can work better in metric when it comes to this sort of thing. So, right, I stitch up, no, I don't want that, I want none. I want no tack stitch, right? The cover stitch is satin, and the space is 40, I'll leave that, and the width is 2.9. Well, I don't want that. I want the width of it actually to end up more like 4. Okay? No, did I have it more like 4? Make sure it's highlighted when you do it. Right, so you can see it's just gone an awful lot wider. I want it 4mm. Alright? For everything else you can leave it alone, and the stitch type I don't want. I want trim place lines. That is yeah, no, I want none on that, right? So trim in place, and the tack I want none, and then I want it to cover with satin, okay? And we've altered the width to be 4mm wide, okay? Great. So now we know, basically, we have got all the white down. Now I am going to just select that again and go to reshape so I can get everything I've just done up. Press 0 on my keyboard, which comes right up in front of me. Because what I did notice was I got a really nice line this side, but I haven't this side. So I need to take that one out. So I'm highlighting it and I'm pressing delete. Right, now can you see if I come off of that select, can you see how that has made that a smoother line? I had too many dots in there. Now it's a smoother line. So I'm happy with that. So I go and let the save. Now I saved mine as polar bear in where I need to save it. So you need to decide when you go save as, it'll ask you where. And now I've just gone save on top so it knows where it's going to save it. Okay, so that's that bit. Now we've got a couple of issues to deal with. We want the facial things, we'll come back to that, and then we've got this huge applique. Remembering that if I go to exactly 100%, if I go to 100% on here, that's how big it is, which is quite big even on your screen. Yeah, so I'm leaving it there for a moment so you can see. Well, do I really want to applique these shapes? No, I don't think I do. But I do want to applique that one. Alright, so I think the next thing I'm going to do is go to applique, and I'm changing it to, the nearest I got to that is this grey at the moment, which will do me, right? No, not that. White on that. Silly sods. Right. Applique, digitize applique, and then say, now I want the silvery grey, or whatever colour you've got. And this is very easy and ready to go. So, yeah, the second thing I'm going to do is this applique. So, start at the top, follow it round, curve, 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 and hit enter. And again, it's done that. And then I'm going to highlight it over here and say, well, what are you? Yes, it has kept trim in place. It's kept satin and none tack stitch and 4 meters width, which is what I wanted it to do. So that's that. So now I've got those elements, 2 elements down. I've got my white, then I've got the grey panel for his tummy. Okay. Now, using the same colour thread, I'm coming off of applique and going into digitise. when my computer lets me, I got this thing that says, oh, you can't do it yet, love. Hang on. Has it gone? Yes, it has. Right, okay. Digitise, so I am going to save, because my computer, when it does that, means it hasn't got a lot of thinking space left. And I am going to select that a moment, and I am going to reshape it, because yeah, it wasn't quite that one. I'm going to delete. Yay! You see, sometimes, now go back to select, sometimes if you delete a little node, it makes it rounder. Very nice. So that's something for you to think about. So the next thing I'm going to do now is digitize a open shape, which means it's a straight line, and I want it in that sterling hatch, that sterling colour, the grey, or whatever colour that I've chosen to use for that is what I'm going to use for this. And the stitch type, I'm going to go over and say, well, I want it in a satin, okay, and I want the satin really to be around about 4mm in width, and I want it normal. And then I am simply bringing this up nice and big, so I'm going to start just under there, okay, and bring it around, and as it goes, and stop just under there again, and say enter. So that's my line there. Now you see, I wanted that underneath the other, but I can't because it's kind of not going to let me, is it? No, and we need to do that. But if I bring it right out, might make it shorter. Right. So I'm going to select it, and reshape, and say no, this that one. I'm going to bring it in a bit, and that end. I am actually going to bring it in a bit, and then go to select, and then say, yeah, just select, and cut off. Yeah, I don't really want it trapping my white, and I can't do it any other way, because it has to go down after the white. So, okay. So now what you're going to do, well, in the same vein, we're now going to digitize these little paws. Okay, so digitize a closed shape this time, and we can digitize a circle, so, and we'll mirror it to that side. So we'll say, right, start in the centre of your circle, and digitize out. About right. Too big. Back in. Enter, enter. Right. Oh, let me just, outline. So let's pick up that and say, no, we want that as a fill. Thank you very much. And then is that the same here? Digitize closed shape. No, digitize a circle, sorry. And start in the middle and say, well, do you know what I mean? I want it like that. Enter, enter. Got it. And this one, I am not going to do quite in the same way. I digitize a closed shape, and I'm going to draw it because it's actually an ovally, more oval. I enter. Yeah, it's more of an oval, isn't it? And this one, in exactly the same format, I'm going to start here, and I am going to bring it down, give it a point, bring it around, round, point, round, and say enter. And I'm giving that a point. Okay. Then I can pick up the 3 we've just made. So holding down shift, I'll pick up the 3. Why does it say 4? Why does it say 4? 1, 2, oh yeah, 4. Pick up the 4 I just made and say, well, group those. Okay, that's one thing. Then I can say, mirror that to the other way. Yay. Oh, sorry. My mistake. Undo. Got those. Duplicate. Alright, so there's 2 now. Mirror the duplications. Pick up the duplications. No, I picked up the wrong one. So undo, redo. Right, so there's the duplications. Yeah. Am I picking up? We've moved one set. Yeah, that's the duplication I want there. And that one I want to bring back to there. And they may be slightly off what your picture is showing you, but I want them in the bounds of the satin seam I've just done, so that suits me. So now I am back on select, so that's those two done. I think we got one, well, we should have two, but one's hidden, so we'll just do one. Digitize closed shape. Again, all this at the moment is in satin, so I'm just going to go, do you know what? I don't want to do it. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm going to just do it as a line. Boom, boom, enter. Oh, because I escape, beg my pardon, I want to do it in an open shape if I'm just going to do a line. Boom to boom and say enter. And boom to boom and say enter. Yeah. And do the same with there. Boom to boom, enter, and boom to boom, enter. Okay. So there's these little tootsies in without too much problems. And what am I going to do now? And can you see, if I bring them up nice and big, can you see we've got these little ear pieces? Well, I know where they should be, so I a closed shape, same thing. So I'm going to digitize them a little further back. So I'm just going to kind of enter, pick it up, because it's not an outline, it's a fill, yeah. And then that one I am going to duplicate and mirror to the other side, so that one is going to fit somewhere in there. And it's not quite fitting the teddy bear picture underneath, but it's going to be within my stitch realm. Okay, got me? Got you. The other thing I want to do now, because I've looked at it and I thought, that one, and there's 4 of them in there and I quite like it, but I am going to pick it up. And now it's in the right place, I'm going to ungroup them and say, well, no, I just want that one. And I want to select and reshape, and I want that to go a bit more up and downy. Yay! Yay! That's what I want. Okay. And then I can go over here and select that one. No, I can't. I can come down and find it. Where is it? There, yeah. Ungroup that lot now because it's not going to move. And then just select that one. And again, I can say, yeah, reshape. And it's that the same. I'm going to put the angle up and downy, alright? So select and come back out and then look. You see that, to me, that looks more like his paw print. Each to our own, do as you please. So then press 0, bring it up nice and big again so I can see things. I'm going to say, right, what's the next thing I want to do on it? There's not a lot to this. I want the grey of his mouth. And I'm not going to fuss with it being a different colour, okay? So I am going to just go applique again. I'm just doing normal computer applique, so not digitise, close that, over here, applique. Digitise applique, which are going to be bits of felt, to be honest, you know, that's what they're going to be. So again, I will just digitise, nice and big, so I'm going to bring it out, and I want to digitise. Now, I'm not going to do 4mm this time, knowing that, like, obviously, our applique, enter, and it's got a whistle on it. Well, I don't want that either, so let's go back out and say select it. So the last thing I did was do that, and then I said, well, hang on, reshape, so I get all the thing in me without that one next to that. You see, I've highlighted it blue and I'm hitting delete. Get rid of that. See, it's brought it to right state, and that one delete. Okay, reshape again. No, so that one delete, that one delete, probably that one delete, and maybe that one delete, and that can start right where it started. Okay, and that one maybe bring that back in. Yeah, now I think I've got more of a rounded right shape for me, but I don't want it that big. So while I've got it selected, I will come down and say I don't want it 4mm this time. I want it 3mm. Enter. So that's going to make it a less of a line than that one. And tack stitch none, cover stitch satin, pre-cut, trim in place. Yeah. So everything else is good. Okay, so we've practically done this. It's so easy, isn't it? Right, so what else do we want then? Oh, do you know what? Hang on, I'm bringing him out so you can see him. All we want now is to whip in while we're at it. So I'm going to go to digitise now. Digitise open shape, yeah. And press 0 on my keyboard to bring it up bigger, and then I am using my mouse wheel to bring it up even bigger. I can start there while I've still got this grey in my hand. Yeah, I can start there, finish there. I'm going to go to the very edge of that stitching that way. Then I'm going to go back, and then I'm going to go that way, and then hit enter. Now that's pink. I don't know why that's pink, but it's come up pink. So I am going to go down, highlight it, escape. Why does it come up pink? And it's up there. I don't know why. I'm going to undo all of that, because that is definitely not what I wanted. I want this to be in that sterling grey I was using. And I want, sometimes, you know, your computer does things that you've got no idea why it's doing it. So freehand, not freehand, slice open shape. It's in satin, which I may or may not like. And I'm going to come just above his black nose and come down. And I've got to go one way or the other. So I've got to go one way and back, and then to that side, and then say enter. There we are. Now I don't know why it went that far. So select, yeah, and say what? Reshape, and say, well, I didn't want you that far, you stupid. There's better. There's even better, because I don't know why it did that. And I'm also going to come down and say satin, I want it to be width to 50. No, I want that to be 2 then. Enter. And I go back to select, click off it and have a look. Yeah, that's better, is it not? Okay, so what haven't we done? We haven't done the black. So, digitise in a closed shape, pick up the black. No, undo. I don't know why this is doing this. Let's go save it a minute. Okay, got it. So, down here now, and then go digitise a closed shape, and it's in black, right? And I want to just, let's start there, straight across there, and then round it around, all of that going across this silver, and then say enter. Oh, come down. Where is it? Why is it at the top? I don't want you at the top. To the bottom, if you don't mind. Right, pick it up there and say, no, you are a fill. Right, that's a satin fill. That's then as it's selected, pick up the reshape, and it's a nose, isn't it? So I want it. I want it kind of like that. Right, okay, select. So that's a satin stitch nose. Then I'm going to go to digitise closed shape again. It's on black, and I can pick up my circle tool and say, well, do you know what? Yeah, that'll do me. Enter, enter, right? Again over here, click in the middle, bring it out, enter, enter, right? So there he is. Select, click off it and look at it. What's wrong with that? Is there something wrong with that? I don't think so. I don't think so. So if I press 0 on my screen, so he's in my screen, what have I missed? What have I done and what have I missed? I don't think I have. The only things I'm not too happy about are these feet, and I think I'm going to go and change them now. And I've got everything working in where's those black bits gone? Where have you gone? Yeah. Oh, right, pick up those 2 black bits. I don't know where they're at. So go to the bottom. Bottom, after that one. Thank you. What I might do here is pick up that and say, well, no, I can delete them. Right, boom, delete, boom, delete. I'll keep that one and boom, delete that one. So now I'm going to digitize a close shape, pick up that's not doing it, save. My machine is overstretched at the moment, so it won't do it. I got to shut it down, open it up, not a problem. Yeah, right, so digitize open shape, close shape, beg your pardon, and I want it in that lovely silver we've been using, and I'm pressing the letter, I just pressed the letter B on my keyboard, which has brought up this thing. So now I can go, yay, this is where I want to be. And my close shape, I'm going to draw, which is on outline, which I don't want it to be. Right. I want it to be on fill. So, satin fill. So, oh, I am highlighted it. It'd be the last thing I did. That one. Fill. And it's on. Oh, that is on satin. Do I like. Yeah, I kind of do, actually. So, if I highlight it again, I am then going to duplicate over there, come across and mirror X, so it's going the other way. Pick up the top one, excuse me, go right over there, where I drop the other, and say, yeah, go in there. And I did drop the other, so I think I'll just do this size close shape again. So I'm just going to do my own little wiggly woggly shape. Oh, no, I didn't like that. Undo, didn't like that. I want a straighter one. Yeah, maybe. No, yeah, do I? Yeah. I think that looks more like his feet, so I'm happy with that, and they should be at the bottom, shouldn't they? Yeah. But I want anything in grey, which are these last three, yeah, to be up above, 1, 2, 3, up above the black. These are black, they are that grey, right? So now, select, click off, got it. There's nothing else for me to do, alright? So now I am saving that, okay, and I'm only using, that's the outline for the bear. Once that is down, the nose, that's the outline. Oh, that's wrong then, isn't it? That should be white. Good job, I'm looking. Thank you. Yeah. Everything else on this then is in silver. That's the object for the applique in the middle. Everything else then on this is this silver colour, ending up with 3 black bits. Yeah, that's it. So that's saved, that's done. My polar bear, 1. And then I have to do the polar bear. Well, now, using this technique, I don't need to show you show you how to do the other one, because it's going to be exactly the same as this, one would think. Okay, so now, in finality, what I want to say to you is, I've done this. Brilliant. I'm going to use it. It's great. However, down here, you will see on this bottom blue line where my cursor is now, pure cotton. That's what it thinks I'm using. So I can then go to software settings and say, which is the one I want? Oh, fabrics, right? I am not going to be using pure cotton to lay down. I'm going to be using fleece, alright? Stretchy knit, terry toweling, stretchy tanned iron, polyester, nylon, linen. What should I say is probably the best thing to say? Have you got a wool on you? Because if you've got a wool, yeah. I'm going to say wool, okay? The reason I'm saying this is because this whole thing, if you look at the moment, that my stitch count down the bottom, next to where I just picked up pure cotton from, is 11,880, yeah? I am now going to say wool. Wool, according to the Americans, is felt, that we would call it in the UK, felt, okay? They call it wool. And I'm going to do it that way because it's not going to be cotton, like a pure cotton that we're sticking down. If it is, leave it alone. If not, move it. So I'm going to say close now, yeah? Yep. And, well, actually my stitch count didn't change, and that hasn't changed either, so let me just go. Design settings, design information, why would it have changed? Manage, design settings, auto fabric. Oh, I did it on the wrong one. Apply to auto fabric. Okay, so pure cotton, no. I'm going to come down and say wool. Backing tearaway, well, it doesn't matter about the topping, nothing. Backing tearaway, well, yeah, but I would just use no-show mesh as my backing anyway. So just like, okay, alright. Now, can you see my stitch count just changed down here? It only added a few more stitches on, but makes a difference. So I've done it so that I know that my machine knows that I'm not using cotton. Alright? So, yeah, very happy with that now, and that's good enough for me to use. So, I may have some more to say when I come to do the other one, but if not, that's that one done. Just wanted to show you this picture so that you can see I've used a very flimsy, it's actually wash away, but it just peels away as you use it, but a top cover, because I'm working now with this real furry fabric. To get the bits and bobs that I need to be able to be shown through this, I need to use this top cover of Solvay, very light Solvay see-through stuff over the top to keep the fur out of the way while I'm doing it. Okay, that's important. And now you can see I've continued on with my stitching, so his paws and his tummy bit and his face, everything is done with this Solvay intact, yeah? It's finished now. I've used a little bit of, what would you call it? It's like glitter, but with a fabric backing, so it's a fabric vinyl-y type of glitter stuff that I've got. I wanted him to have a bit of a, nice tummy. So again, with all his Solvay in place, I finished it, his eyes, his face, his ears, his paws, everything, because otherwise, if you did it straight onto the fur, you'd just get lost. So this is the way you need to do it. And then after it's finished, as this is, you can literally, because it's been perforated by the machine, so you can literally just pull it off. Okay. Alright, so there's the two of them finished. There's the furry bear. Now I pulled off the over top on it, and then the other one I did for the reverse side of the hot water bottle, because I am doing a hot water bottle at the end of the day. I didn't use that furry fabric. I decided to go with normal fleece. I'm still using this vinyl, but I went with normal sort of fleece, and I didn't need the top Solvay on it for that one. So anyway, so there you can see the difference between the two. I go and make up the hot water bottle now, and I'll show you it at the end. So there he is, finished, bless him, and obviously the one with the long fur is on the back, yeah. Very happy with it, thank you. This is quite nice to be able to upgrade your covers from what you had before. Let me show you what I did have. An improvement, I think you would agree. So please subscribe to this channel, help me grow, and please become a member of the Facebook group, Love Block Designs Embroidery group. Please comment below if there's something else you would like to see or I can do for you, and any comments you have on this, I gratefully received. So anyway, thank you very much. Bye bye for now until the next one.